So it seems like after The Force Awakens, one of the questions everyone has been clamoring to know the answer to is Finn Force sensitive? Force sensitive meaning, does he have the potential to be able to become a Force user and wield a lightsaber and, of course, wield the Force in future Star Wars films? And now there has been a new development in some evidence that would back up the theory that Finn is indeed Force sensitive and does have that capability within him, and I'm going to explain exactly what that is right now. But right before, I want to give credit to the person who actually made the original video on this, and that is Urban Acolyte TV. Link to the original video will be down in the description down below. So now let's go ahead and talk about the proof, in quotations, that Finn is Force sensitive. So in The Force Awakens, right before Finn is about to enter onto the freighter to leave Takodana, apparently we can actually hear through Finn hearing the voices or the screams of the people from the Hosnian system before the beams hit the planet themselves, meaning this would be something similar to what Obi-Wan experienced in A New Hope. And the screams that Finn hears are even supposedly louder than the screams of the people when the beams actually hit the planets themselves, which is very interesting. And like I said, Obi-Wan experienced something similar in A New Hope, where he even mentions to Luke that it's like 1,000 voices or 1,000,000 voices or something like that cried out in terror and then were suddenly silenced. So it's something similar to that. Could Finn have actually sensed this before he actually saw the beams headed to the Hosnian system? Because it's kind of played that way in the film, that he initially hears the voices scream and then turns around and sees the beams. Also, it's still in the realm of possibility that Finn could be Force sensitive, because it's really illustrated in the film that Rey is exceptionally powerful in the Force. And of course, Finn would not be on that same level as Rey, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have some potential in it. There have always been secret Force sensitives throughout the movies. I think Leia is the perfect example of that in the original trilogy. We didn't know that Leia was Force sensitive or had those capabilities until Jedi, when Luke talks about it. And I think that's very interesting, because in each film we kind of have these people who have this potential that aren't really realized until other films. And I think that this was a little hint that J.J. Abrams might have given us. Although it's not confirmed, and Finn could still totally turn out to be not Force sensitive at all, it's still a little piece of evidence that point towards him being Force sensitive. Also, we know that he's pretty skilled with a lightsaber, considering that that's his first time wielding one in The Force Awakens, but this can of course be explained away through his training with Z6 Riot Control Baton, which is the exact weapon that we saw the traitor stormtrooper fight with Finn against when he had the lightsaber. He was actually in the same squadron as Finn, and Finn also had similar training with that exact weapon, which would help explain why he's so skilled with it. But at the same time, later on in the film, when he's fighting against Kylo Ren, let's not forget that he is able to land a blow on Kylo Ren. It is a single blow, and Kylo Ren was injured, but still, to do that against a Force wielder who hasn't received a lot of training, but still has some training, it's still a very impressive feat. So what do you guys think? Myself, I haven't seen The Force Awakens for about a week, so I might have to go back just for one more viewing, just for this one scene, to see exactly what is going on, if he does hear these voices, and if they are actually louder than the screams themselves when we actually get to see the Hosnian system. But for any of you who have seen The Force Awakens earlier or more recently than I have, so I would really appreciate it if you could leave in the comments exactly if you heard that, and if you can kind of confirm that it's actually indeed louder, or if you're going to see The Force Awakens maybe in a few days or tonight, if you could actually tell me if you could hear that scream in the comments down below. That would be greatly appreciated. And so anyway guys, that's just about it. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, may the Force be with you, and have a great day.